Alright, hello, this is Baja, Edge of Control, Remaster, apparently, by THQ Nordic, developed by some third-party company that I don't remember the name of at this present time. So this is just, I've only been playing this for a couple minutes, but I just want to make a video about my very first immediate experience with the game, just to get it out there. And that is, first of all, my G29 Logitech wheel did not work initially. It was, the gas would just not accelerate. No matter how hard I pushed the acceleration pedal, it just wouldn't accelerate, and it would go reverse just fine, but it wouldn't actually accelerate, which was bizarre to me. But also there's a problem, and it's why I'm in this camera view, otherwise I would be in a cockpit view, is that there is no button on the wheel layout to actually change your camera. So if I just come to a full stop here, pause, options, let's go to control. So similar to Assetto Corsa, this game only has presets that you can pick from. And this is what let Assetto Corsa on the PS4 down so much, because it's even more relevant in a sim like Assetto Corsa, but in this game you would expect to be able to remap buttons. You can't. And so if you look, the next camera button is actually a secondary button on the controller, on the wheel there. And this layout assumes that you have a pause and select button, or for Xbox people, a start and back button. That's what it's assuming. But of course on a wheel you don't. You only have the option button, and the G29 admittedly has a few extra buttons on it, but still, there is no touchpad button on a G29 that I'm aware of, and you cannot remap it. So the only way to switch your camera is to press down the touchpad, which, again, certainly not my steering wheel. My steering wheel does not have a touchpad button. And that's fairly common in third-party stuff, because I know that my arcade stick also, officially licensed by Sony, but it does not have a touch button either. So it puzzles me, again, same with Assetto Corsa, it puzzles me as to why there is no button remapping, especially in the case of Assetto Corsa, but it's again relevant for this game because you can't even, change your camera using a wheel. And granted, this isn't the most realistic game ever. I mean, there is an arcade and realistic setting, but I mean, just look at this game. It's an arcade game through and through. So, like, you're not going to get any, Assetto Corsa levels of realism. I mean, it's just not going to happen. Oh, good, an invisible barrier. Awesome. Speaking of, alright. My wheel is turned upside down. So yeah, just a word of warning to potential buyers, and I feel like I'm saying this a lot now, but I will update if a patch comes out to fix the issue of remapping buttons at least. So, and as for now, it seems like my G29 is actually working, but I would like to remap my buttons so that, I can make all of the features of the game work, But yeah, I've had a little drive around. I'm not making this video to comment on the game itself. I just wanted to note those few issues that I had. It's also worth mentioning, of course, that because you've got no in-depth settings, that the force feedback is going to be fairly standard, quite rigid force feedback, because, you know, that's just how it is. I mean, you could turn it completely off and have a completely flaccid wheel, but maybe that's not... Maybe bad force feedback is better than none, you know? Depends. But yeah. So that's that. So, buyer beware, basically, I guess. But if you're just looking for a straight arcade racer and you have a controller, then there's not going to be any form of problem like that, because all of the buttons will be, you know, available to you on a pad, unless your pad is third party as well, which I think a lot of third party pads, at least now, come with at least a button to simulate a touch button, if not a functioning touch button. So, but anyway, that was it. I'm long-winded, I know. It's a curse. But anyway, thank you all for watching, and I may instead not use my wheel and just pick up a controller and fuck around with this. Although I will say it does feel weird playing driving games with a controller again after using a wheel for so long now. Well, I say so long, but it's only been like a month or so. A month or two, but it still feels weird. But anyway, thanks for watching, and yeah, I'm out. Goodbye.